Welcome to the Homegrown Radio Hour, streaming live from Louisville, Kentucky on CrescentHillRadio.com.
Hey baby, I love you like you really, really want me to, and I leave it on the front line. You live there all the time. Me, I leave it on the bed, babe. Yeah, baby, this is so sweet. Our love will last a lifetime. We're training in a marathon. So hey baby, you love me the whole way through. It makes it hard a little easier too. Swimming, not drown when it comes to you. To get a little bit of love in my heart. See, it ain't hard when I'm talking to you. 'Cause I can easily push my ego aside. I'm swimming fast to freely falling. Oh, 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 hey baby, I need you like the flowers need the summer bloom, and every time I see you warm smile, it feels like the 4th of July. And when you're leaning in to kiss me, who knew I could love so freely? I love will last a lifetime. We're training in a marathon. So hey baby, you love me the whole way through. It makes it hard a little easier too. Swimming, not drown when it comes to you. To get a little bit of love in my heart. 'Cause it ain't hard when I'm talking to you. 'Cause I can easily push my ego aside. I'm swimming fast to freely falling. Oh, 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 oh,
Hey, baby, let me talk to you for a second.
oh, oh.
I believe I need you because if there were only one particle with enough love and energy, right? Every other part of me would circle around it, revolve around it, center around it, right? Our chemistry was meant to be, and the two of us together like the sun and earth. My son, you are my son, you're my radioactive lover, the warmth of my soul, and if you were ever to die out, it would be the death of me.
Yeah, Tania Sanders here on the Homegrown Radio Hour doing one of her new singles, Radioactive Lover. Here we are streaming live on CrescentHillRadio.com from Louisville, Kentucky, and I have a co-host in the house with me tonight, a very dear friend, Kate Larken. How are you, Kate?
I'm pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, girl, but my car broke today.
I know, your car broke today. That's no good. That's just bad.
It was. It made for a kind of a rough day.
Yeah.
Anyway, what you been up to?
Staying in the Hermitage.
Been trying to get you on the show for a while. Folks who don't know, Kate Larken is a singer-songwriter herself and has a long history in radio, don't you?
Long time. I go back to, I found a photograph the other day, and it was in like 1977 or something, and there I was at the board with the mic and the headset and the whole thing, and I thought, gee, I used to do that a long time ago. So it's good to be back here. I've done it a lot, you know, from time to time since, too, but not in a while.
Well, I bet in 1977 you weren't sitting in front of a computer.
No way! No, we
And
used
a CD player.
we used carts. You know those things that look like 8-tracks?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was all different.
I mean,
Nothing
what
digital.
about record players?
Yeah, we had turntables. That's exactly right. Sure did. I worked with a guy who said, he said, I know how long it takes me to get to my house and back, how close I live to the radio station. He said, it's one side of an LP. I can put on an LP, run out the door, drive home, get the coffee I forgot, come back, and be back before that side's over with.
I love that. And where was that broadcast from? Western Kentucky?
Oh, I worked in Missouri, and I worked in West Kentucky, and I worked out in the mountains, too. I did some radio at the Apple Shop, so, just here and there. And
awesome.
Yawn.
So what do you think about this group of talented folks we have standing here in front of us in the studio tonight?
Well, they look pretty.
Well, they do. And we'd like to welcome you, Harpheth Rising. You're in town for a show Friday night, I think, at Uncle Slayton's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, welcome. And
Thank
you're out of Nashville, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
We're based there.
Based in Nashville? And you all live there?
No,
Or
not
close
all of
by?
us.
No, not all of you?
The majority of us.
Majority? Or in the region, right?
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the studio here, and we'd love to hear a song.
All right, we'd love to play one.
All right, what are you going to play?
This is a track from our latest album, and it's called Going My Way.
Harpheth Rising here on the Homegrown Radio Hour, broadcasting live on CrescentHillRadio.com.
I've been down in the dirt, you know I've been so high, almost didn't get back from the other side. Hey mister, can I hitch a ride? Are you going my way? When the boat goes down, they leave you there to freeze or drown. That's when you get your gun and you go to town. Are you going my way? I've been a grifter, been a drifter, you know I've been a wheel. The only thing I never tried was get real. I've been around, I've been square, I've been a tumbleweed. I was washed up in the belly of a whale on the beach. He was going my way. I know wartime woman, her eyes they are blue. She can see clear through to the dark side of the moon. She's a black hair woman, calls me Jack the Knave. She will roll you down like a long slow wave. She's going my way.
Yeah, give it up.
Kaboom.
Wow. What a
Big
great sound.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's much better live than it is on my little laptop computer speaker. You sound great. I love the percussive sound of the cello and the violin and the banjo and the little small drum kit is awesome.
Yeah.
What do you think, Kate?
I think it's wonderful.
Are they keepers?
It made me want to pick up a guitar and play with them, but apparently they got some bias against guitars. I'm not seeing any guitars over there, But I wanted to play. I'm just saying.
Well, if y'all are ever interested, I highly recommend Kate Larken. She's an amazing guitar player. Really amazing.
Someday, maybe. Someday we'll jam.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So I was just getting ready to take your picture, and then you stopped me dead in your tracks because you ended the song. Well, snuck up on me a little bit. So what have y'all been doing? I think I read that you've been on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where?
Well, we tour all over the place. This year just got started for us in Little Rock, Arkansas. And it was the first time we'd played there, and we had a great time, great sort of opening to 2013. And other than that, though, this is our second stop of the new year. So
Wonderful. We get you early.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've got them before everybody else gets them. Where are you headed next?
That's happened before.
After we play here in Louisville on Friday, we're going to be in Nashville for a radio show on Saturday, and then Harrisburg, Illinois on Sunday at Southern Illinois College.
Oh, Harrisburg, Illinois. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Not Pennsylvania. That's where my head went.
Well, we've played there too a couple of times.
Oh, okay. And you have an accent
Yeah.
that I recognize.
Do you?
Yeah, where are you from?
Well, right now I'm from Bowling Green, Kentucky, but that's not
Originally.
really, yeah, right. I consider myself Kentuckian, but I'm originally from Ontario, Canada, and then my family moved to Indiana when I was 8. So I think I developed a little bit of a hybrid Southern Canadian accent.
Southern Canadian. That's a new
Awesome.
one.
And why don't you introduce yourselves while we're at it?
I'm Rebecca Reedlin. I play the banjo, and I'm from Davis, California.
Davis, been there many times.
Well, the Canadian here, I'm from Canada.
And your name?
My name's Jordana. I play the violin.
Jordana?
I'm Chris Burgess, and I'm from right here in Louisville, Kentucky.
Woohoo!
All
Give
right.
it up for Chris.
And
Chris plays drums.
That's right.
And finally, cello.
my name's Maria. I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn. Give it up for Brooklyn. I lived in Brooklyn.
Did you?
I did for about 6 months.
Why didn't you stay any longer than that?
I was 18 years old, and it was the first time I'd been in a big city, and it was too big. It was too big. It was too big
It is
for my little 18-year-old
Oh, sweet.
country brain. But I learned a lot. I learned a whole lot.
Pretty big place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I got diversified.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
yeah.
was exposed to a lot of incredible music and culture and
That's right.
food, and it was
I played a gig in
experience.
Brooklyn one time.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. And I used to hang out in Manhattan a lot, but not Brooklyn so much. But
Yeah,
I love the city. Yeah.
Brooklyn's changed a lot since I lived there in 1979, I think, with Tim Whalen, who some of y'all might know. He's a pretty well-known saxophone player who's now back in Louisville. Well, we would love to hear more from you guys. You have another song for us?
Sure, absolutely, yeah. Well, that first song was an original, but this next song is not. However, we did just record it, and it's going to be officially released on Friday. So this is a Beatles cover.
All right. Harpheth Rising.
Dynamite.
Wow.
I know.
I'm kind of speechless.
Yeah, better than the Beatles.
You know?
I mean, if you like acoustic.
I don't know if
sound.
I'm going to go that far, but shit, I think that's my favorite. Uh-oh, I just said something I'm not supposed to say.
Don't
Forgive me,
say
little
those
children.
words. Don't say those words.
That,
My virgin
wow.
ears have conceived.
Wow, that was beautiful, really. Harpheth Rising here live on the Homegrown Radio Hour, streaming on CrescentHillRadio.com to the whole wide world here from Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah. To the whole wide world.
The whole wide world.
And possibly beyond.
Yeah, Norwegian woods even.
I know, yeah, even there.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about rivers on account of your band name, Harpheth Rising, is based on the name of a river. So who can talk to me about rivers? I want to know. I want to know about your name, but I also want you to talk about rivers you have loved, or rivers that are important to you, maybe besides the Harpheth.
Well, the Harpheth River is just outside of Nashville, and Jordana used to live in Pegram, which is kind of like a country suburb of Nashville. And so we wrote a lot of our first songs right by the Harpheth River. And Jordana was actually proposed to in a canoe by her now husband on the Harpheth River.
On the Harpheth River.
So it has a lot of strong meanings for us.
Yeah. So what about other rivers?
Well,
Are you all river people?
Oh, I live on a river now in Bowling Green.
Yeah.
We live.
The Green River.
No, it's smaller. It's called the Gasper.
Oh yeah.
And we love it. We found this beautiful small piece of property, and the river sort of made us think that it was the greatest thing we'd ever find. And I have a bunch of dogs, and we walk down to the river every day. And I also have a pig who likes to swim right in it. So.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's great.
Is it one of those pot-belly pigs?
Yeah.
Oh, those pet pigs.
Yeah.
Is it a he or a she?
It's a she. Her name is Scarlet.
Oh, I wonder why.
And you grew up on the Ohio River.
Right. I was going to say I grew up here in Louisville, and while out here at the East End isn't necessarily river country, but all of Louisville really is. I mean, my dad works downtown, so I would go down there, and Thunder over Louisville, was a big was a high point in my childhood, and that was on the river, and crossing the river to go over to New Albany and all of that, where my grandparents used to live, and so that the Ohio was always a focal point of my childhood. And now I live in Memphis with my wife, which is on the Mississippi, so it's sort of it's the same water, just a few days older.
That's right. See, where I grew up was about 10 miles from the confluence of the two big rivers, the Mississippi and the Ohio. And I always call it the West Coast of Kentucky. And that's where I'm from, see. So, and if you stand at Cairo, at Cairo, not Cairo or some other weird thing. Cairo, Illinois. If you stand there, that's right.
Syrup.
Thank you very much. If you stand there and look at, inside that confluence, if you're on the Fort Defiance, the point there, and you watch, you can't convince me that it's not the Ohio that goes on to New Orleans.
Yeah.
Because the Ohio has already made its turn, and it's picked up speed, but the Mississippi kind of tees into it. And so even the water flow, you can tell but it was already called the Mississippi.
You mean there's a river dispute and a border dispute?
Well,
a river border dispute?
If you care about that sort of thing. Most people don't. What about you? Do you have rivers that are important to you or not? You just kind of like a landlubber or something?
Well, I mean, growing up in New York, I love the land, I love the sea.
Oh, you had the Hudson River,
and
you had the East River,
and then we have New York Bay. And so we got some nice bridges there,
you got
it's
some
nice water. It's very pretty.
That's right,
But yeah, so I grew up around water as well.
Yeah, see, so that makes sense. You would end up, all of you, in a river-named band. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So you live in Memphis, and you live outside of Nashville.
I live in Nashville.
In Nashville, and you live outside of Nashville, and you live...
In Nashville.
In Nashville. Well, you live near Bowling Green, you said, right? Yeah, okay. So that's like on about an hour from Nashville.
About an hour.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I used to live in Bowling Green for a little while. Well, cool. So how did y'all find each other? Before we play another song, I want to hear this.
We all went to Indiana University in Bloomington.
Oh, so you found each other at
beautiful.
Bloomington.
And
We
all
did.
of you were studying classical music at the time?
Yes.
Really? Wow.
Wonderful. Some of our best musical friends around here went to school in Bloomington. So that's
right.
wonderful. Good deal. Good deal.
Right, and we've got good friends in Nashville, too. So.
You bet. That's right. Yeah.
Well,
And
family.
Memphis, for that
And
matter.
Memphis.
Yeah.
So
All
we've
right.
got Harpheth Rising here with us on the Homegrown Radio Hour tonight, and they're going to be at Uncle Slayton's Friday night. Would you like to tell us a little bit about the show? What time
What
it
time's
starts?
your show?
8:30.
Cover charge?
It's 8:30. Doors open at 8, and cover is $10, and it's 21 plus. So
Okay, and is there an opening act?
no,
No, so
We're
we have
opening
a,
for ourselves.
a full night of concert of Harpheth Rising, which, wow, awesome. And if folks don't know, Uncle Slayton's is here in Louisville on East Broadway, up at the foot of Barrett Avenue. And it's really kind of a concert listening room more than it is a bar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So,
definitely.
When you go there, you're going to sit down and really listen. You're not going to so much socialize and, all that. So,
You can socialize with us.
yeah, you can socialize. You can socialize totally, but it is a listening room. So, and it's a great listening room. The acoustics are wonderful. Their sound engineer is great, and the folks who own the place are really, really wonderful people. So, welcome to Louisville, Harpheth Rising. We'd love to hear another song.
Cool. Well, here is one from our second album, which came out in 2011, and this is called Crash Test Dummy Blues.
Lay it on us.
Harpheth Rising here on the Homegrown Radio Hour.
Well, Miss Golightly through the nightly, she's a crash test for the blues. Better keep her laughing or the joke will be on you. She's a black magician, voodoo queen, thousand lovers stare. Got a face like the Virgin Mary and a heart like the electric chair. She comes in on a nightmare, takes you down the slide, cuts out all your memories, leaves the razor blade in your mind. Well, Rosie, she can't remember, but it was on a night like this. They took her down to the station and she ain't been heard from since. You ask her what she's doing now, she's gonna be a star. Picasso does her makeup and Rasputin did her arm. And when she rolls the dice, it comes up snake eyes every time. She acts like it don't matter, but I know her writes her line. Here comes Beauty with the Beast, he can't believe his luck. This girl's in love with uselessness, he won't have to make it up. And the Tin Man in the garden by the poison apple tree tells his friend the wicked wind, just send that girl down to the beast. The beast he rides at midnight, his invisible see-through cave. He will stay hidden, but he never will escape. They show no mercy on the ones who tell the truth. She takes up with a gambling man who teaches her to dance. And before you even tried, you never had a chance. When the lights go down in Chinatown, take what you can get. If you find her selling roses, just pretend you never met. Well, here comes Johnny Smiles. They've been training him since birth. He knows the price of failure, but not what it is worth. The servant girls all pray for him and scatter at his feet. He agrees to take their gratitude, but they wrap it in a sheet. Down on the city boulevard where lovers come and go, Johnny Smiles has been arrested, but everybody knows it's just a show. I've lost my sense of touch. And the cops cruise by with a welder's eye. You know they've seen too much. Trains keep rolling through the night. The boxcars have been sealed, brushing ashes from their hair. Women watch them from the field, and the train plows through the endless dark. And the night folds back and leaves no mark. There's just the pounding of your heart, and what the emptiness reveals.
Yourself.
Wow. Wow. This place is on fire. You all are amazing.
Thank you.
Wow. Harpheth Rising here on the Homegrown Radio Hour. So I want to hear about the songwriting. Who's writing the lyrics and the music?
Well, you know, it's a big collaborative process, and it's done by the four of us, but also we have sort of a secret weapon in our arsenal, which is that my father is an incredible songwriter, and so we do quite a bit of his material as well as our own.
Wow.
Our most recent album, which we released in August of 2012, is actually entirely his songs.
Wow.
Well, you know,
So
if he's a songwriter, you got to give him credit. Say his name.
Well, he doesn't like me to say his name.
Oh, he doesn't.
He's a very unusual songwriter. There's all these songwriters all over Nashville who would love to see their name in lights, and my dad would pay to keep his out. So
Is that right?
Interesting. Well, that's very intriguing.
But having said that, his name is on the last album, so it's
So you got to buy the CD.
you got to
in
buy
order
the
to find
CD in order to find out.
That's very clever.
So is he writing the lyrics and the music, or?
Well, in terms of this last album, we as a band did all of the arrangements, and there were some songs that had set melodies and that sort of thing, and others that went through a lot of transformation. So it's definitely a big process between all of us.
That's magical.
So if you all collaborate on a song, there are 4 songwriters that are named on it. Is that how it works, or do you collaborate on the arrangements?
It depends. In terms of the lyrics for stuff that we do without my dad, it's mostly Rebecca and myself that do the lyrical writing, and then
Rebecca on the banjo.
Rebecca on the banjo,
and you,
yes.
And you on the fiddle.
Yeah, and then everyone collaborates on the arrangements.
I want a cello lesson. Can we talk?
Sure, yeah.
Could we talk?
No problem.
Because I own a cello, but I don't know how to play it. I play around with it, sometimes, but I haven't in a while. But yeah, I think it's the music that's the most, that's closest to the tone. If you have to make a tone, do you all ever think about this? If you have to make a tone that is your tone, that's the one that resonates all through you.
Yeah, cello's like the it goes into your heart
Right.
chakra, and
That's
your
right.
throat chakra.
That's the instrument that makes it for me.
Sweet, yeah.
Yeah.
So I like it because I can be a bass sometimes. I can be a cello.
Yeah.
I feel pretty flexible.
And
in
Yeah.
you can
the choice
you can get the percussiveness
Yeah.
out of it too.
yeah, and some slap.
Do some
slapping.
crazy sound with it right now.
well,
Do
there's
some-
the-
or show us the range, or versatility.
Let's see. So we've got so you have
Yeah.
stuff up here, and then
All the way to there.
so I mean, in just in terms of range, it's got a really nice range, and and then also there's the fun pizzicata.
Yeah.
So, and actually, in one of the songs that we're going to be doing, Chris, we have something fun to show you guys later. That's a little bit of cello and percussion together. So,
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
And we're going to tease you because we're not going to tell you what I'm doing.
Aha.
You will have to,
How
you
long do
listeners
we-
out there will have to come see us on Friday to see because it's going to boggle your mind. You're going to say, I have no idea
How did he do
what's
it?
going on,
What are they doing?
what that sound is.
Yeah.
So in case you're just tuning in, you're listening to Harpheth Rising, and they are just phenomenal. Out of Nashville, Tennessee, and they're going to be performing live at Uncle Slayton's on Friday night. And
$10 cover, 21
Wow.
and over show.
yeah, we'd love to hear another one. Can we hear this mystical song now?
Well, I
Or
think they're
how
gonna-
long do we have to wait?
Oh, that's the last one.
Oh, the last one.
Yeah.
It's what you
Okay.
call the grand finale.
Well, we'd love to hear another one anyway.
Well, you'll see some
Keep-
pretty
keep
cool
us on the
cello
edge of
stuff
our
in this
seats here.
one. Yeah. All right, here's one that I'm pretty sure you'll recognize, and unfortunately we didn't write it.
Harpheth Rising here on the Homegrown Radio Hour.
You keep saying you've got something for me, something you call love, but confess you've been a messin' where you shouldn't have been a messin'. I know someone else is getting all your best. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. Oh, one of these days these boots are gonna walk all over you. You keep lying when you ought to be truthin', and you keep losing when you ought to not bet. You keep saying when you ought to be a changin'. Now what's right is right, but you ain't been right yet. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. Oh, one of these days these boots are gonna walk all over you. Be a playing, and you keep thinking that you'll never get burned. Ha! I just found me a brand new box of matches, yeah. And what he knows, you ain't had time to learn. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. Oh, one of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. Are you ready, Boots? Start walking!
Yeah, Harpheth
Awesome.
Rising. Woo!
Very
Boots are made for walking,
awesome.
man. That's Nancy Sinatra's song with
Yeah.
the cello, violin, banjo, and a little fantastic drum kit. Wow.
Well, you know what?
That was
Chris was
pretty
playing two
cool.
instruments.
Pretty
playing three
cool.
You were
Three,
playing
actually,
three
yes.
instruments. Yeah.
That's like a little djembe or tabla or something you've got
This
there.
over here, this is a doumbek,
A doumbek.
which is Middle Eastern,
Okay.
and I'm going to try not to talk for 4 hours about drums because I can't.
You asked a dangerous question.
So what my little kit consists of is this doumbek primarily, and our first album is just me. I mean, it's all of us, but it's not just an album of me playing doumbek. But that's the only drum that I play on that album. And since then, I've sort of expanded my collection. I've got a little kick drum and a snare drum and a ride cymbal and cowbell and tambourines and various little hand drums that I use, and I don't even have it all out here.
I love it. I love it. I love the, you know.
Oh,
the
and I'm sitting on a cajon, and I'm going to use that in a bit.
cajon. I have one. Does yours have a spring in it? Or
It's
is yours
a guitar wire
springless?
snare.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Snare.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I love the sound of your drums. I like
you.
it's integrated. I don't know how to describe it. It's not overbearing. It's minimalist, but it's perfect
Well, thank you.
for the other three instruments: banjo, violin, and cello.
Yeah, it's because,
Wow.
it's so easy for anything to get top heavy, like too much drum or too much anything.
Yes, and
And
this,
you all have a nice balance, I think.
you do. And in this tiny little studio, we appreciate little small drum kits. we have had people try to bring full drum kits down here before, and it's pretty amusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're, I guess, a solo drummer, that ain't gonna work here.
Yeah, probably not. But we've all been in tinier studios.
We have.
Yes, this is
for
not
sure,
that
yeah.
tiny.
This is a
Yeah.
pretty big, tiny studio, as you
Right.
can see if you're tuning in on Ustream right now to the Homegrown Radio Hour here on CrescentHillRadio.com. We are streaming live there, as well as on internet radio, and you can find us via our webpage on CrescentHillRadio.com. I'd like to remind you that we are a nonprofit community radio station, and we do depend on your support. If you'd like to donate or contribute time, energy, ideas, please see our webpage. Pizza,
Krispy
lunch,
Kreme
donuts, yeah,
and other
pale
things.
ale.
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
That's
Water. We always need
She's
water.
not just kidding. She's not
just
kidding.
kidding. So yeah, Harpheth Rising here, and wow, you guys are just blowing my socks off. Are you in town until your gig, or do you drive back home?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Staying
So
with my folks down the road.
Very
Sounds
nice.
good
That's handy, isn't
here.
it?
So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. That is really great. So I was doing some math a while ago, and I'm not good at math, but I figured out something. I think I made a mistake, but you asked me when I started in radio, and I told you I found a picture of myself in 77, but I actually started in 74. And so I was doing some math,
Oh.
and this being 2013, have I been doing radio for 39 years? Have I? Is that right? Can that be right? 74.
That sounds right, Kate.
Oh, man, that just killed. What year were you born, Rebecca?
Did you have to remind me how old we
Wait,
were?
they're not even that old. What year were you born?
I was born in 84, but
See,
I'm not one of
she's
the youngest.
1884.
When were you?
84.
No, not me. I just.
I want to know what year everybody was born. Because I'm going to make the home audience do the math to figure out your ages, okay?
We're going to do your numerology and give you your life numbers.
I'm not. I don't know anything about that. I just want everybody out there to have to do math like I had to a while ago. When were you born?
I was born in 1987.
That's the fiddler who's talking now.
Uh-huh.
What about you, Chris?
I was born in 84.
84, 84, 87.
I was born in 88.
88.
So you're the youngest, then?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
Don't let them push you around. No. That's not cool, is it? No. Yeah.
Well,
so,
we love having you. You're sounding awesome. We've got about 15 minutes left, and hope you have time to do a couple more songs, especially the Big Kahuna surprise song. I'm waiting for that. So, yeah, remind folks, this is Harpheth Rising playing live here in the studio on the Homegrown Radio Hour, broadcasting from CrescentHillRadio.com.
All right, well, here's one from our debut album, which we released in 2010.
In your hand, why are we lost in this foreign land? And where are we going now, Abraham? Abraham, my father, my son, where will we be when this day is done? Who will you embrace, who will you shun? And who will greet the morning sun? Many are called, few are chosen. Your faith will lie where
truth is spoken. Abraham, my father, my son, can this ever be undone? How can we ever heal these wounds? Abraham, my father, my son, where will we be when this day is done? Shall I hide or shall I run? Do not march to that ancient drum. Chosen, your faith will lie where the truth is broken. Abraham, my father, my son, can this ever be undone? Abraham, Abraham, who can say they've seen the night until they've marched at darkness side and collected souls for eventide? Abraham, my father, my son, tell me now the silence grows in the empty fields and the crowded roads. You should have told him no. You should have told him no. Many are called, few are chosen. Your faith will lie where your heart is broken. Abraham, my father, my son, can this ever be undone?
Wow. That's breathtaking.
Harpheth Rising here on the Homegrown Radio Hour, broadcasting live from Louisville, Kentucky, to the whole wide world from CrescentHillRadio.com. Fantastic group of young folks in here, all classically trained musicians that are going to be playing at Uncle Slayton's Friday night at 8 o'clock.
Doors open at 8.
Doors open at 8 o'clock.
8:30.
And $10 cover.
21 and over show.
Check them out because they are just really phenomenal. Phenomenal. Thank you.
That's right.
Thank you so much.
So how many albums does Harpheth Rising have out there?
3.
3. What are the titles?
The first is self-titled, Harpheth Rising. The second is called Dead Man's Hand. And the latest, we thought that we had sort of fortuitously titled it The End of the World.
Fortuitous. Yes, indeed.
But if the Mayans really had known anything about, the future, there would still be Mayans, right?
I guess we didn't consider that.
Everybody
You're
thought
right,
it was
yes.
going to be the
Maybe,
Beatles.
maybe not.
Really?
Depends on their frame of mind.
Where are these available? You can get them online, I guess, and you all sell them at your shows and so forth.
Absolutely. Our website, which is harphethrising.com, and that shows. And if you find us on Facebook as well, we do occasional CD giveaways and contests and that sort of thing. So.
Okay. Well, I'm face to face with you right now. What's that worth? Any kind of giveaway thing going on. I'm standing right here.
If you've got a trunk full of CDs, you can leave some with us.
That's
because
it.
We will make
We'd
good
love
use
to.
of them.
Yeah. So I know you probably get compared to Crooked Steel quite a lot and things like that, right? What are your individually and collectively? What are your musical influences?
Well, I'd have to say that the whole world in which Crooked Steel and bands like it sort of are residing, this sort of half Americana, half folk, half whatever they want to be doing thing.
Yeah, three halves. I know. It's like really confusing.
Yes. Hey, you said you weren't good at math, so I thought that might slip past you.
She tried to slip that by.
But anyways, all of that music, we listen to it constantly, and much older music than that. I mean, we all grew up listening to our parents' folk music, and that was, a big influence. So 60s folk and the Beatles, and for me personally, a lot of Canadian folk musicians.
The McGarrigles and all that.
Stan Rogers is my personal sort of musical hero. So yeah.
I learned to play the banjo mostly by watching Pete Seeger YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And so recently he
Really?
actually just...
Self-taught that way?
Yeah. And
Wow.
recently he just started following us on Twitter. So
Wonderful.
I kind of... I lost
love it.
when I found that out.
That's super.
Yeah.
I was noticing your banjo style. It's sort of a clawhammer style.
It's sort of a
Pseudo.
hybrid. It's
Yeah.
a hybrid style between clawhammer. I was going to ask about that,
well,
too.
there doesn't seem to be any bluegrass in it, though. It's
No,
all pretty
not
much
really.
the
This
Fralin.
next song, actually, I kind of imitate a bluegrass banjo a little bit, but it's still with two fingers, so it's not really bluegrass.
So, as a banjo player, what did you study as a classical musician?
Viola.
Viola.
Yeah.
Ah,
The other
another
butt of every
beautiful
joke
instrument.
instrument.
Oh no, viola's beautiful.
Oh, they are. They're beautiful.
Dearest friend.